I'm never actually sure if this thing is working right or not, so I guess we'll see in a bit. Oh, cool. What's up, friends? I hope you guys are all doing well. Holy cow. Hey, it's Bode. True, true. What's up, folks? Thanks so much for taking the time to tune in. I know your time is valuable, so it means a lot to me. Oh, from Brazil. Hey there. Oh, you finished the Bad Batch. Awesome. Congrats. I hope you enjoyed the journey with us. Life is good. Life is good. And for folks who expressed concern over what was going on for us at home, thank you so much. It's very kind of you. We're doing well. Just been a challenging couple months, but we're making it through. So I'm feeling very grateful. Yo, Charles is your profile picture. That's dope. Oh, I saw a shout out for Rampart. Oh, I'm glad people are enjoying it. Jay, what's up, dude? How are you? Oh, man. Yeah, I do actually sound like Charles. Oh, we have a Horizon Forbidden West fan. What's up, people? Oh, I'm so glad that you liked Rampart. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thanks for all the kind words. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to be getting through all of this too. I saw someone say they got into reading books, which I'm very happy about. Oh, you guys are cool. I'm so glad so many people want to hear our Bad Batch fans. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had such a wonderful time being a part of it, and it was really special. So um, I hope you guys enjoyed the finale if you saw it. I just saw someone ask about a character in the Tekken franchise. I've never actually played Tekken, so I don't know the character. I'll have to look it up. You still believe in a redemption arc for Rampart? Oh, best of luck. Ooh. Oh, we got Spider-Man fans in here too. Awesome. Um, did I watch Fallout? No, I have not watched Fallout yet. I'm in Fallout 4 as the douchey Knight Reese in the Brotherhood of Steel, and a lot of people punch me in the face, but I have not actually watched the show yet. I've heard it's really good though. Someone asked if I played Red Dead. I have not. I actually don't generally play games I'm in and don't watch shows that I'm in. I don't like to watch myself. I get super critical and super nervous. Yeah, I've been very lucky to be involved in lots of fun games, and I'm very grateful for that. Ah, Flim Flam. Yeah, that was fun. That was one of my first animation gigs. Anthony? Did I just see Anthony on here? Anthony Romero, I love you, dude. For those of you who, I miss you too, man. I miss you too, Anthony. You are the best. Please give all my love and our family's love to you and yours. We miss you, man. Whoever's at Disneyland, I hope you're having a good time. My favorite Katalo line. Ah, man, that's a really hard one. I mean, obviously, uh, that was an unkind comparison. Is a pretty easy classic, but I'd have to think about that. Did I enjoy voicing Rain? Yeah, Rain was a lot of fun. He was a lot of fun. Oh my god, those death screams though. My whole booth was like covered in like just like droplets because I was sweating from screaming my ass off. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I can say that on here, but oh well, I'm really I've had a couple people comment that they said, and they said really nice things about Rampart's British accent. So I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that people like Bode so much. He's near and dear to my heart, and I think he strikes a nerve with a lot of people and makes a lot of people very upset, and I totally understand why, and it makes a lot of sense, but I think it means that I did my job right. Oh, well, the pleasure of getting to be Charles was all mine. What an honor. It was a lot of fun. All these people waving, hi. Mysterio and Spider-Man, yep. Favorite Rampart quote? Oh, man. I mean, he says so many snooty things. But I think the way he said just open fire in the bridge of a ship completely packed with clones was just ruthless, just brutal. How long have I been live? For like 8 minutes, not even, so you didn't miss anything, friend. Oh, dude! Wait, who is that? I'm sorry, I'm having trouble reading all these things. What's up? Oh man, there's so many friends on here today. Yay! So just in case, I see some people asking about prints for Rampart and stuff like that. I know that Streamily is doing a lot of May the 4th signings with different actors. I know Andrew Kishino, who's like one of the coolest dudes ever, Saw Gerrera, in case you didn't know, among others, and a bunch of other actors are doing May 4th signings. If folks are interested in Star Wars signings, let me know. Like I said, it'll be Rampart from the Bad Batch, Bode Akuna from Jedi Survivor. If there are folks out there playing Star Wars The Old Republic, that'd be Ras Ordo. And then actually my wife Sharon and I actually play husband and wife, and now of course the name escapes me. We're the parents of the bratty kid, the quote-unquote villain in the Young Jedi cartoon. So we'll have some options. Will I ever do any more animation gigs? If you mean like, will I just do animation projects? Oh, I'd love to. I love animation work. It's so much fun. And I hope to be able to do more. If you mean in the Star Wars universe, I mean, I've been grateful enough to be a part of, I think, 4 or 5 Star Wars projects now, and I'd love to do more for sure. Oh, you guys are too kind. So, I wanted to say a quick thing. First off, I'm so sorry that it's taken me so long to get back to the signing. It's obviously you guys spent a lot of money for these, but also just more importantly, you guys are incredible with all your love and support, and I never want you guys to feel that I take it for granted, or that it's insignificant to me. It means the world to me. So thank you for bearing with me, and thank you for your patience. Another thing is, apparently I really suck at these things because I love to interact with everyone. but in the process, it takes me like 7 gajillion hours to do like a small handful of these signings, because I end up enjoying talking to you guys and talking about the stuff you guys, want to ask about, more than the actual signing. So here's what I'm going to propose. And I'm not sure I'll be able to read all the comments quickly, but I will try to go back through and look at comments if I can. I don't even know if I can do that on Instagram Live. But so I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll kind of hang with you guys for another couple of minutes just chatting, because I love this time. But then, because this is important and you guys have, want to get these back, I'm going to bang through these I'm going to try and go as quickly as I can. But here's the deal. I still can't wrap my head around the idea that like folks want my signature on anything. That's a concept that I'm still wrapping my brain around, and some of my actor friends are trying to help me through it. But this time where I get to actually just like sit and talk to you guys is actually really meaningful to me. So what I'm going to try and do is, if I do a signing, for the signing itself, I'm going to try and be as committed as I can to doing these in a timely manner so that people aren't sitting around waiting. But then what I'm going to do is either I'll allocate time at the end to just kind of hang with you guys, but probably what I'll do instead, because I have no way of gauging yet how long it'll take, when I'm done, I'm going to do a separate Instagram Live where for like an hour, we'll all just get to hang out, if that's cool. Because I'm really grateful for all of you, and you guys are super cool. So I will do that to the best of my ability. If things are getting crazy, it might take me longer than I'd like, but I'm going to try to be really committed to the idea of do a signing, bang, get it done, but then allocate even just an hour, a block of time where I can really be just committed to hanging out with you guys. I mean, like literally even right now, I can't keep up with all the comments, and like people always get left behind, and I miss something, and it makes me crazy, because I want to give everyone as much time as I can. And I wish this scrolling thing would slow down just a little bit, or I could like scroll back. But if I do, I don't even know if I can. But if I did, I'm sure I'd miss all kinds of stuff. Okay, okay, how about this? At 7:20, I'll get started, and I'll try to go pretty fast. But until then, I'm all yours, okay? And thank you for all these people who are saying kind things and trying to take some pressure off me. I really do appreciate it. Was it Ray Fernandez I saw? If it was, happy birthday. Oh, I see some Katala fans in here. Tell whoever that was, Uncle Nosh says hi. Oh, someone's asking how you get a signing for me. So there's a company called Streamily. S-T-R-E-A... Well, Jesus, let me try this again. S-T-R-E-A-M-I-L-Y, Streamily.com. And if you look me up on there, you'll see stuff. I don't have a... Oh, thanks, dude. I don't have a ton of stuff up on there. Oh, Love, Death, and Robots fan. Hell yeah. Okay, let me think off the top of my head of... So, anyone who plays League of Legends and knows Yone, I actually saw, it looks like there are posters for Yone available, because some people have asked for signings already, which, like, I don't know how that's happened, but I'm going to look into that. So I'm going to try to, instead of doing like a just a random thing where I just open it up and like everyone can do whatever, and I'm just churning out signatures. I'd love to try to do signings kind of based on like a particular storyline or project. So like maybe all Star Wars stuff, or just League of Legends stuff, or just Horizon stuff. And that way, when folks have questions or want to talk about stuff from any of those projects, I can kind of be focused on what people are saying and try to answer it in as reasonable way as I can. So hopefully in the future there'll be a League of Legends Yone signing that's allocated just to that. There'll be a Star Wars signing allocated to any of the 4 or 5 Star Wars characters I do. I saw something about someone talking about Gears Tactics and Gabe Diaz. If you guys like Gears, I actually have the folks at Coalition were cool enough to give me like these huge posters from Gears Tactics, and they're dope. Like they have skulls all over them and crazy stuff. Oh my God, Reverend Olive, hi! Oh my gosh, I love it. So I'll try to allocate stuff to different projects. I'm trying to think of what people might be interested in. I don't know how many Scooby-Doo fans there are, but there's Flim Flam from Scooby-Doo, Yone from League of Legends. I have to go through my own IMDb and figure this out. I don't really have posters or anything I can think of for like Love, Death, and Robots, but I'm sure we can figure out something. And any one of the video games that I've worked on, Spider-Man, so on and so forth, we'll figure it out. So, oh, we got a Gears fan in there. Awesome, dude. Yeah, so we'll try to get that sorted, and for most of these, I have to kind of find the artwork myself. So we'll see what we can do, and yeah, we'll go from there. Someone has to leave, but thank you so much for popping by. I know your time is valuable, so thanks so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. No, you're the bestestest. I'm very grateful that I get to work in a lot of games, and I got some. I'm working on 4 or 5 pretty big ones right now, which I don't know, they'll probably come on like 700 years, but it'll be cool. Yeah, I would definitely do a Kotala signing for sure. Also, I'm hoping at some point, because Ashley is probably one of the coolest people I've ever met. Maybe we can do like if we can find some really good like fan art or something for like Aloy and Kotala. I'd ask Ashley if she wants to do that, or if there are any Critical Role fans who watched the Candela Obscura campaign, Chapter 3 for Circle of Tide and Bone, and had the pleasure of meeting Professor Rajan Savarimutu. Maybe we could have a big group signing or something, and have that for charity or something. That'd be awesome. I have not seen the Bad Batch finale yet. I have actually not watched any of the Bad Batch because I get nervous when I think about watching my own performance. As far as people talking about how much I stress people out as a Rampart on Twitter and Reddit, thank you for letting me get up to all kinds of ridiculous hijinks. I had a lot of fun. I don't get to play villains too often, but when I do, it's always a treat. And without ever being like outright mean, I did enjoy teasing folks. So people like to scream, huh? Yeah, Rampart has some serious screaming in the last few episodes. Well, I appreciate it. Oh, I think I saw Estella on here. Well, whoever that comment was, congratulations on being employed again. That's great. Oh, I saw a question about the screams, but it passed by too fast for me to see. The live capture. So when you do full performance capture, if they're going to use your likeness, like they did for I almost talked about a project I can't. Woo, that was close. For like Kotalo in Horizon Forbidden West, or for Bode in Jedi Survivor, they will capture your likeness by putting you in this massive steel dome, and it is filled with, I think it might be literally like 1,000 cameras, and there are cameras at different all the different angles, but also that shoot at different wavelengths, to capture different resolutions and different qualities of the skin. And so you'll sit there for, it's about 3-4 hours, and they'll do all these crazy shots where you kind of have to hold a neutral face, and all these lights will go. Some of them can go like 10 seconds, and you're supposed to not blink or anything while you're getting strobed in the face, and it looks like you're in the middle of an alien abduction. It's a trip. No, it doesn't affect me. I can imagine some people get headaches. I've never had a headache or a hangover, so I don't know what that's like, but I can certainly imagine that it happens. So Anthony, what's up, dude? Holy cow, we got like TV royalty up in here. This is crazy. What's up, my friend? How are you? Anthony and I worked at the gym together, and he was one of the nicest people ever, and dude, I'm so glad for all your success. Do I like Grand Theft Auto 5? I don't know. I haven't seen much about it. I try to stay away from all the teasers and stuff just in case. But I'm sure it's going to be great. Rockstar does amazing stuff. Who would win in a fight, Kotalo or Charles? Oh, man. That's tricky. Well, Kotalo has the advantage of range as far as having the sawed-off shot in the... Well, no, Kotalo has the bow, too. They both have bows. Well, I don't know if I can declare for sure who would win. Kotalo is for sure... His entire existence is combat. Like, he was brought up in warfare and has lived war all his life. He might have the combat hand-to-hand advantage, but I don't think either... He would never come out of it unscathed. Like, Charles would mess him up. Who do I think Bode's master was? Oh, man. You know, I honestly... I'm not sure, because I don't know how it works when you are recruited early into intelligence. So I am very curious to know. Black Hills Redemption, is that Ken? I'm not sure, but hi. You're doing a Yone voice impression vid at uni? Awesome, I hope it goes well. You have my full support. Oh, what's up, man? Ken from, he ran the previous, what was that? The Deadwood, is that right? The convention, and now they're doing the Black Hills Redemption. And unfortunately, I can't be there, but the entire gang is going to be there. So I hope that for the Red Dead fans out there who can afford to go, it sounds like the last one was an amazing experience, and I'm sure this one will be incredible as well. So I hope if you can go, that you folks go, and if you do, please give the rest of the gang big hugs from me. I love those folks. Oh man, see, this is how it goes. I've already gone way past the time limit I gave myself. So I'm gonna... Would Kotalo win against Predator? I don't know. That's hilarious, though. That's hilarious. Oh, I guess if people want, I just saw something about Master Chief or Halo or something on there. But if people are interested in, Jega Erdemnai from Halo Infinite, we could do something like that. Anyone who's played the Halo Master Chief Collection or has played Halo Wars, I did the motion capture for Master Chief, for the cinematics for the Master Chief collection through Blur Studios, which was a blast. And then a lot of the work for Spartan John in the Halo Wars franchise, and that was a lot of fun. Oh man, now we're getting into crazy fights. Flim Flam or Charles? I don't think Flim Flam would get very far, though Flim Flam would probably manage to pick his pocket in the process. I think Flim Flam would talk himself out of getting his butt kicked by Charles. That's what I think. Someone else has to go. Thank you so much for coming, and I appreciate you, so thank you so much. Okay, let's get to this, shall we? Because I don't want anyone to feel like they've been left hanging. Okay, who do we have here? Baron. Oh man, that's an awesome name. Baron, thank you so much. Slimzy69. Okay, so it doesn't say anything on here. But do they actually want me to write to Slimzy69? How does that work, you guys? Does anyone know? I really don't know. I don't know how that works. Am I supposed to write to Slimzy69 on here? Any thoughts? Any votes? Maybe I should just sign it? I'm not sure. Well, if it's not what they want, I'll do it again. Thank you so much, my friend. Oh, shirtless bloody Charles for AJ. Thank you very much, my friend. Ah, Jolie, Joely. Jolie, I don't know if I've ever seen that name before. That's really pretty. Your birthday was on January 15th. I don't know if you're actually watching right now, but if you are, happy belated birthday. Happy birthday, Julie. This one's for Phoebe. Thank you so much. Amanda. If I have a favorite line, please add it. If not, I just want to thank you for helping give Charles life. Oh, well, the honor was all mine. funny. Charles doesn't talk a lot, but when he talks, it's usually worth listening to. So I have such a hard time picking a favorite. I'll go with You Ain't As Tough and Dense As All That. That scene rescuing the German family was one of the very first scenes I did with Roger, and right away I was like, wow, he's a really cool guy, and like, god dang, is he talented. Good grief. That guy is amazing. I mean, you guys all know that already, but thank you very much, Panda. This is for Melissa, but oh, there's a note in here, but okay. Well, so before I write anything, Melissa, this is for you. Okay. Oh! Shoot. Now I've forgotten. Rania, I think? I see you all the time. You're an artist, right? I think I've seen your work on Tumblr, I think. And holy moly, you are crazy talented. All right, Raina. I gave one of my favorite quotes, which is a really simple one. It's always, because I think it sums up Charles, right? He will always be there for you. And then I drew my take, a really bad take, on a flaming arrow because Charles makes fire arrows for people. So there you go. It's good to see you on here. David. Pretty please use whatever Sharpie you want and write, "We're riding with you." Thank you. That I can do. There you go, David. Thank you so much. Cece! My friend. My friend Cece's been having a hard time, and Charles has always brought him joy. Could you possibly write a motivating note that'll lift his spirits? Well, Cece, first of all, I don't know who ordered this for you, but someone loves you very much, and you have a good friend. I'll write something, but also just in case you're on here or in case you see this later. Oh, my wife's on here. Hi, sweetheart. Sharon Muthu, for anyone who doesn't know, that's my wife, so I'm sure she'll come on here and at least say hi. I'm trying to be good this time, sweetie, and not waste everyone's time. I'm trying and failing miserably. So in case Cece is on here or sees this later, Cece, I'm really sorry that you're going through a hard time. And I don't pretend to know what's going on for you. But you clearly have people around you who care about you very, very much. And that is worth its weight in gold. And I think having friends like that, you don't get good friends if you aren't a good friend yourself to those people. So you are loved and cared for, and people are cheering you on, and you can add me to that list, okay? I'm rooting for you. And Torture Comedian 324, that's my friend Cece's. Well, Torture Comedian, you're a good friend, and I hope Cece sees this. And if not, please tell him that I'm thinking of him, and I have gone through really, really hard times, both when I was younger in my career and homeless on the streets of New York and sleeping in subways and stuff, and also later when things in my career were great, and I think a lot of people would assume that, you know, I have everything I could ever ask for, when actually I'd probably lost the things I cared most, or some of the things I cared about most in the world. And it is the hardest place to be, but I think asking for help from those you care about takes real strength, and I hope you do it. And I hope you believe in yourself and know that things will turn around, because they do. And hopefully you'll look back on this time later and be able to see how far you've come and be proud of yourself for it. That's what I hope for you. Cece. I'll be thinking about you, Cece. But I'm very glad you have friends who care about you. I see torture comedians saying very nice things about their friend. I love that. Oh, Jeff. I just looked up and all of a sudden Jeff's on here. What's up, dude? I've never loved and hated two characters played by the same person the way I do with Charles and Bode. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Bode really hits people hard. And as I've said before, I'm really glad for that. I think Bode is a really wonderful and really tragic person, and my heart breaks for him, actually. Because at the end of the day, love undoes him, right? The Jedi talk about how you can't have attachments, and I think Bode is so grateful for having had Tyal in his life, and obviously now Kata, but we also get to see why the Jedi warn against attachment, right? Because losing his wife made the thought of losing Kata unbearable, and he was willing to do terrible things to keep her safe, and that really broke my heart. Well, Jeff, I hope you book all the stuff you're auditioning for, and for the folks who are saying that they like Bode a lot, I'm really glad to hear it. God dang it, I did it again. I lost track. Okay. Harry, would you please write to Harry? I don't kill for fun. Sorry, I should be reading these out loud. Would you please write to Harry? I don't kill for fun. I kill when I need to. Thank you. Yes, I will absolutely do that. I don't know if any other artists go through this when doing signings, but I'm so terrified that I'm going to misspell something or write something wrong. Oh my gosh. Hey, this is for you. Haley! Hello, Charles is straight up my favorite character ever. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you very much, Haley. If possible, could I also get the quote, "You ain't as tough and dense" as all that? Yeah, absolutely. As I said earlier, this was one of the first scenes I had with Roger when we started the game, and I first came in as Charles, and I kind of just knew that Roger was going to be an amazing person right off the bat. The scene was also really cool because Roger's take on Arthur is so cool and so complex, and Arthur's such a badass, but I learned so much about Charles in that moment because he just says that line straight to Roger, like straight to Arthur, like without a thought. And you get the feeling that like they have a friendship that'll let him do that, you know, a trust between them. That's really cool. Thanks for that, Haley. All right, for Daniel. Hi, Noshir. Hi. Can you put the amount of hell we've raised, we're owed some back, you know? Yeah, I certainly can. And thank you. Sharon, I don't know if you're still on here chatting with people. If you are, go to bed. Because I know how tired you are. My wife is at home by herself taking care of our little one, who is a handful, and is also, I mean, I love my wife from the moment I saw her, but I've learned to love her in a completely different way watching her with our kid. She has patience and grace and love and works tirelessly, and she is amazing. I love you, sweetheart. And I saw Jeff was asking about Nala. Nala is awesome. Nala is our Malinois rescue. God dang it. Okay, Jeff, I'll answer the question about Nala in a second. Let me write this first. God, I'm so bad at this. Thank you so much, Danielle. Nala is our Malinois rescue, whose parents are both LAPD unit canine dogs. She's intense, but she does really well with the family. She's a sweetheart, and has really. Our little one is just enamored of her, and thinks she is the coolest thing, and they've become really cool buddies now, which is really cool to see. Okay. Benji, please sign with your favorite Charles quote. Charles is my favorite camp member, and I've been trying to get a signature for years. Haha. Well, Benji, I'm sorry that you had to wait so long, and then that you had to wait even longer. That's my bad. And thank you so much for caring about Charles so much. What should I use? There's so many quotes from Charles that I like. But you've liked Charles, and you've been trying to get this for a while, so I'm gonna go with always, because it sounds like similarly you are a diehard, and I'm grateful for it. Yep, I really do think it is my favorite line of his. And just like Charles, it's simple, it's direct. No fluff. No dance around or fancy words. He says exactly what he means. Thank you very much, Benji. Chloe, could you add the inscription he carves on Arthur's grave? Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for Well, thank you very much, Chloe. Yeah. Picturing Charles realizing what he's missed and going on that climb to find Arthur, knowing that he has to because he owes it to his friend, but also dreading every step because he knows what he's gonna find is really heartbreaking for me. I've always thought about that inscription and how it ties into the talk that Charles and Arthur have on horseback, where Arthur tells Charles about his diagnosis. And Charles always trying to provide comfort, but not really knowing how in this moment. Has a moment of wisdom and, just says, like, in a way you are lucky to know. Like, you have a deadline and now you can do everything in your power to live the life that you want to live from here on out. And I love that. Oh, and there's Chloe. Yeah, I agree. The thought of him burying Arthur and, a few of the memories. Oh, it gets me every time. Well, I hope you like it, and thanks for the memories. To Thor. Hi, Noshir, please write your favorite quote from the game. Love you as Charles, as well as Bodakuna and Jedi Survivor. Oh, awesome. Thank you for everything you do. Well, thank you for all your support, and that goes to all of you, but thanks, Thor. You're awesome. I love the quote always, but let's do something different. We're riding with you, which is another one of my favorite Charles lines. Once again, very simple, very direct, but just like with always, an absolute. You are not changing Charles's mind on this. Best of luck if you try. Thanks for that, Thor. Jenny, please write the quote. The amount of hell we've raised, we're owed some back. You got it. Jenny. You guys are awesome. Erica W. You're a busy man. But I'm happy to see your name in so many things. Aw, that's awesome. It's my privilege. Hope you're doing well. You can put anything that comes to mind. Oh, geez. To Eric W. Let's ride. Outlaws for life. How's everyone doing on here? Oh, Jesus, I just saw something about Bowden Rampart being dead. Wait. Tortured comedian. I just saw something about, I'm curious what he'll write down. Are you Erica? Sarah's on here? Hi, Sarah. Renia, bye. Thanks for hanging with us. Oh my gosh, 6 a.m. Good Lord. You guys are awesome. I'm grateful for all the love. Mason, no special instructions, just to let you know Charles is his favorite character and he loves you. Oh man, that's awesome. Mason, if you see this, thank you so much. Charles is very, very dear to me, so that means a lot. I really appreciate it. To Mason, grateful for the love and support. Outlaws for life. You're awesome, Mason. Thank you so much. Man, it's already 8 o'clock. I'm not doing well with this. I'm so sorry, guys. I really am trying to go as fast as I can. But I also like hanging with you guys, so. Michael, thank you so much. Angelique, I don't kill for fun, I kill when I need to. You're damn right. you so much, Angelique. It's funny, sometimes I'll see people be like, man, that quote is bull, because he takes down those poachers like, boom! The fun thing was, I take my weapons work really seriously, and while I do a lot of training with shotguns, I don't do a lot of work with break open single shot shotguns, and this one has the double hammers, and Charles's holster for it is like super cool, and I drop the holster lower because I need to clear higher to get the gun out, and so that would allow me to have to pull not quite as high and be able to lever the muzzle of the gun up so that I could hit both hammers, cocoon, and pull the trigger really quick. And that was we were doing the poaching scene, and it got to that moment, and like the other guy went for his gun, and I was like, kabam! And I actually got the draw and shot first, even though he started to pull first, and that felt really good. That's like one of my little private actor like moments. All right, Louise. Not an instruction, just wanted to say thank you for all the joy you brought. So many, me included, in RDR2. Man, what a cool thing to say. Thank you, and you and all the other folks, not just on here, but who've shown me support all over the place. You bring me a lot of joy too. It goes both ways, so thank you for that. Thank you for the kind words. I'm really grateful. Next one is for Jax. Jaxx. That's really cool. I like that name a lot. Thanks so much, my friend. Next is for Jen. Please take this opportunity to put your favorite quote or anything you want that you think will make it special. Thank you. Wait, what? Jen is Jenna the Outlaw? Hi! We don't know each other, but I know you from Instagram. Mercy. Very cool. What's up, Jenna? Or Jen. In a way, it is a gift to know. In a way, you are lucky. Is another one of my favorite lines from Charles, just because I'm sure later that evening when he had a moment to himself, Charles shed a tear thinking about the fact that his dear friend didn't have a lot of time left. I think that really crushed him. But he tried to give Arthur some comfort the only way he knows how, you know? And I love him for that. Thanks so much, Jen. Or Jenna, I'm not sure which one you... Well, it said Jen, so thanks so much, Jen. Savannah. Hi, Noshir. I'd love it if you could write out one of your favorite quotes. One of my favorite Charles quotes, rather. I guess I prefer people when I don't have to listen to them. Oh, that's got to be a line I say to Uncle. So Uncle was originally played by a gentleman, John O'Craig, who was just such a wonderful man, so jovial, so and like really, I mean, literally, we'd shoot a scene, and we'd come into the break room, and he'd just burst into show tunes, because that's what he loves, and he'd always have a joke or a funny story to tell, or just literally burst into song, and he brought so much love to Uncle, like you couldn't hate Uncle, because he just made him so, like, he was obnoxious, but God, like, you couldn't put the man down. And I remember doing these scenes with John where I'm kind of talking, giving him lip, and I think that may have been one of the last scenes I shot with him before he passed. And while I know it's just a game, a part of me kind of feels bad that the last things I, as Charles, got to say to him were kind of mean. What a sweet, wonderful, incredibly talented man. So, for all that I just said, when people talk about some of those interactions, especially like Charles and Uncle, and how much they enjoy those scenes. That warms my heart. Because it means that General Craig is never very far. What a wonderful man, and he's certainly missed. Thank you for those memories, Savannah. I really do appreciate it. I often don't think about these things, so it's really great. Waffly? Wafflii? I love that. Thank you so much. Michaela. Hi, Noshir. Can you get me your favorite quote and maybe draw me a bison? Draw me a bison if you feel like it. Oh, man. That is not an oh, man. Like, I don't want to do it. It's just one of those things where, like, I never want to do, like, a bad job, you know? But I also don't want to take, like, 7 hours and have you sit there like, what is he doing? Okay. Thank you for portraying Charles so beautifully. Love you. Well, I love you too. And thank you for getting me out of my comfort zone. All right. Favorite quote? Always it is. Bison. God, why do I suck at this so much? I wish I had more talent. I watched some of... There's a bunch of you on here, like Estella and Rainy, I think, and Quiche and Lava Bean and a bunch of super talented people. Han Bam Bam and God, I'm getting mad at myself that I can't remember more of them. Y'all are so talented, and I've watched the art you guys have done for like Rampart or for Rajan Sabrimutu, or for, you know, Charles, or Sekiro, or whatever, and it just blows me away. You guys are just amazing, and then I have to like draw a bison, and I'm like, I can't do this. It's like, God, man, you guys are just crazy talented. How do I do this? When they have that big old head. And I'm trying to think. They've got like, their back legs are like way shorter than their, or way like smaller than their front legs, or at least their front legs are like way bushier. I think that's right. I don't know, I'm talking out of my butt at this point. This is so bad. It's so bad. Oh my gosh. Basically, I should never be allowed to do this kind of thing ever again. See, this is what I mean. Every time I think about this kind of thing, and I try and do even like a stupid little doodle, and I realize just how bad I suck at it, it makes me appreciate the artists among our fans so much more. honestly. Sometimes I see art for characters like Kotalo or Bode or whoever, and I learned something about the character that I didn't know before when I was actually working on it, just based off of the impression that you leave me with, which is pretty cool. Oh my god, this is so bad. And also now I can't. Oh my god, this is bad. He's like a phantom. That's not a bison. What is that? I think it's a cat that got run over by a car. Oh my god, it's so bad. I'm so sorry, Michaela. I'm so sorry. And I can't even put that face down because that's gonna smudge everywhere because I filled it in like a silhouette because I'm an idiot wrapped in a moron. Oh my gosh. I'm hopeless. Hayden. Oh, amazing. You want the same quote that I was just talking about? We could both die tonight. In a way, it is a gift to know. In a way, you are lucky. Oh my god, you guys are funny. I don't know who Fogs is, but I know you're talking to Estella. Estella's trouble. Estella's trouble. I'm just kidding, Estella. You're fantastic. And yeah, isn't it like 6 a.m. wherever you are? Where are you going to bed? What happened? You're back now? Oh, man. Y'all are crazy. Okay. God, I did it again. Okay, so here we go. For Hayden, you got it. Hayden, that's another name I really like. There you go, Hayden. Thank you so much. I hope you can read my chicken scratch. Sarah, oh wait, let me try. Please don't smudge weird, deformed bison guy. Oh, jeez. Okay. What am I doing here? Sarah! I think this is one of the first shots I ever saw of Charles behind him, besides the kind of wood print art that they did for the publications. And this picture, the first time I saw it, I was like, whoa, that's a cool shot. I'm glad other people like it too. All right, Sarah, can I please have "It's That Business of Mine" added? I love the power, history, and emotion that came from Charles when he says this line. Yeah. I'm not promoting violence, but Lord knows, if we allow Big Corp and, these billionaires to run our planet into the ground so that they can make a few extra dollars, then shame on us, right? So I think it's a Native American saying, right, that we're borrowing the earth from our children. It's so important that we do right by them. I talk too much. Oh, God. Thank you so much, Sarah. I said I was going to zoom through these, but I like to check in. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing okay. You never talk too much. Well, that's very kind of you. Oh, wait. Did I just see someone comment? Was that Sarah that just commented? Well, if it was Sarah and I missed you, thank you so much. Hi. Oh, Keisha's on here. Wait, Quiche? I don't know. Is that Quiche as in Quiche from Tumblr? Always making amazing art, Quiche? If it is, you're amazing. You're sleepy, but you actually have to stay up. Rainier, what are you doing? I thought you had to go to bed. Someone's asking about Yone posters. So it looks like on the Streamily site there are Yone posters available, but please, if you don't mind, don't order one yet, because I'm gonna do a bunch of high quality prints of like the different iterations of Yone, and I want to make sure that you guys are getting the best quality print I can find as far as resolution is concerned. So and I'd love to do a bunch of the Yone signings as a block for everybody, and that way, like, you know, when I talk to you guys, if you guys have specific questions about Yone or you know, that process, I'm happy to talk to you guys about that stuff. Do I have any siblings? Yes, I have a younger brother who's way smarter than me. He's the one that my whole family's like, oh, thank God, because that first one, ooh, he's a screw up. To Cody Miracle. Cody Miracle. That's an amazing name. I don't care if it's a stage name or your real name or what. Cody Miracle is pretty awesome. Thank you so much, Cody. N-E-N. Oh my God. Sorry, we had a long shoot today. N-E-N-A. Nina? Nana? Nana? I hate when I don't know how to say a name. And that's not me complaining. I just always want to make sure I say it right. Hi, Noshir bestie. Hi! Please draw a picture of Charles giving Arthur a flower. Oh, man! Nana, you're killing me here. That's a really sweet image. I love the idea of it. I just don't want to screw it up, because I can't draw like that. butcher this. I will butcher this. How about... No, this is not quite what you asked for, and I wish I was a better artist. Because I didn't want to just draw stick figures on your picture and take the cheap way out. And here's the deal. If you don't like it, you can let me know and I'll do you a new one. So, because I can't draw for crap and didn't want to do a really bad job of Charles giving Arthur flowers, I tried to draw Arthur's hat and some flowers growing up around it, because I like the idea of that being a memory that Charles has of, like, you know, them just hanging out for a second, like Arthur putting his hat down, and that just being a memory that stays with him. So I hope that's okay. And if it's not, I'll do it again, okay? How's that? I promise that's not trying to be a cop-out. I just, I'd rather do something symbolic that I feel conveys the message that you want than do a really bad job with specifically what you asked. But only if that's okay. Did someone just ask what I'm hiding behind these curtains? Well, this is my hotel room. I came in for a performance capture on a project, so I'm at the hotel and doing my thing and hanging out with you guys, which is a pretty baller way to spend an evening, and I'm very privileged that I get to do it. Oh my god, and I'm talking again. God dang it. Okay. For Steph. Hi. Please, I'd love if you could draw if you could draw a deer and a bison frolicking in a field. Oh my god. You people have way too much faith in my artistic skills. Good Lord. Stella, I need you and your homies to just be on hand to give me drawing lessons. Okay, let's see. I can't draw this, dude. Wow, deers are really majestic, though. Every time I see one. So, where we live, we have a creek that runs through the backyard, and the neighbors on either side have like really tall fences. And there's a family of like 7 or 8 deer that, because we don't have a fence on our backyard, they'll access the creek or come out through the creek through our backyard. So like almost every night we get visited by a bunch of deer running past our windows, and it's a real treat. Except for the first time when Nala saw a deer and ran after them, like chased them for like a mile and a half. It was a freaking heart attack. Oh God, crazy dog. Okay. What am I doing? A deer and beer? Apparently that's what I've been drinking. I don't even drink, and I said beer. A deer and a bison frolicking. Oh man. Okay, what did I learn from the last time? I learned that bison actually have a huge hump that actually goes higher than the top of their head, which I didn't even think was possible. And they have a big old dome. And they have these big old bushy front legs, and then actually these relatively small back legs. This doesn't look like a bison. This looks like, I don't know what it looks like, but it's not a bison. Son of a bitch. You'd think with all the deer that come running through my backyard that I'd be better at this, but nope. Can't draw for crap. Gosh. Steph, I apologize. This is terrible. I hope you guys at least get some joy out of my freaking out over these art projects. Because Lord's alive, am I terrible at it? And drawing in Sharpie, not doing anyone any favors. Though, I guess I can just... Yeah, I'm going to blame the Sharpie for all of this. Oh God, there you go, Steph. I'm sorry, my deer turned out better than my bison, who has a tail that is really ridiculously long, and it kind of looks like maybe he's just taking a poop in the field, which I don't think really falls under the category of frolicking. Oh, I tried my best, I promise. I'm going to try to forgive myself for that one. Naomi, write on your poster, Charles, will you ride with me? Always. That I can do. They really are good friends, huh? I love that. Especially when I first came in, Charles was going to be like this rampaging psycho. So I'm glad that the writers decided to take a different direction. Here you go, Naomi. Thank you so much. Varker. And another cool name. Thanks, Varker. How's everybody doing? I must have jumped right in the middle of a conversation because people are talking about peeing in the shower. I don't know what's going on. Lava Bean! Please tell the little bean that I said goodnight and thanks for coming by. You're awesome. And now Rainier went from going to bed to making cookies. What on earth is happening here? Bye, Lava. I'll miss you. Charles was gonna be, yeah. Originally, Charles was actually, so when I originally auditioned, they were like, Charles is like the brute of the gang. He's like, you know, the quiet, kind of solemn, stoic guy, but like when he gets into a fight, he goes freaking crazy, and like, he's good to have on the gang because he's the bruiser and he wrecks everything, but like he can't tell friend from foe. He just goes completely bonkers. And I guess because I was not the first Charles. They tried several different actors for Charles and just couldn't seem to find the right fit. And in earlier iterations, Charles like took part in like a bunch of like torture and like awful stuff that I think later got transferred over to Bill and some of the other characters. So kind of cool that Charles ended up going in a different direction after I joined the team. It was really cool, actually. Yeah. I think I'm not going to bore you guys with it. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about some of that stuff. Lua. What a beautiful name. Lua, if it's no trouble, could you draw a doodle, please? And the line, in a way, you're lucky, if possible. Ha. Y'all love your doodles. And I really wish I was better at them. Well, let's see. So I drew Charles and his boomstick, the double-barreled short shotgun of his. That was my favorite weapon to play with. Hope that's okay. And Lou, I really like your name. It's awesome. Oh, god dang it. I'm supposed to write complete on all of these. I'm so stupid. Okay, 1 second. Let me go through these real quick. I don't know what this means. Streamily, what are you doing to me, man? What just happened here? Sorry, guys, 1 second. Streamily just threw up some crazy menus that I don't quite understand. One day I'll be better at all this stuff, and I won't waste your guys' time. In the meantime, I appreciate you staying with me. Okay, I should be caught up now. Jessica, love Charles. Well, thank you very much. He loves you too. Could you draw some hearts? Well, that I can do. My goodness. Watch me screw this up. Oh my god, I really did screw it up. I really screwed it up. Oh my gosh, I can't draw a heart. I'm hopeless. Okay, let's try this again. Because I can't screw up a heart, that's just sad. Oh. Noshir, why do you suck at this so bad? Be better, damn it. Yeah, I really did screw up hearts. So sad. And these aren't much better either. Son of a bitch. Okay. Thanks for that, Jessica. Louise. Another Louise? Or is this the same Louise? Not any specific instructions, but if you feel like writing or drawing something, you're more than welcome to do so. And again, thank you. Was there the same Louise? Well, shoot, man, I don't want to write the same thing twice. Just in case it is the same Louise, then I feel like an asshat. On a total side note, though, I'm actually quite proud of myself. I made some progress today. I'm gonna give myself a round of applause for that. To Louise, thank you for the kind words. Okay. So Louise, if this was you earlier and you said like, just write whatever. I think you were the one that said like you really love Charles and said some really lovely things. So let me make sure I don't just do that. decided to go with another of my favorite quotes. We're riding with you, which is what he says when Arthur recommends they go their own separate ways. Because Charles will not abandon his friends. And you're my friend. Okay. Thank you, Louise. Ozzy. Hi, Noshir. Thank you so much for doing this. It's my pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to do this. You are so awesome. You are so awesome. In my first playthrough, chapter 4, and 700 hours in, taking my time. FYI, I'm a lady. Ma'am, you've put 700 hours in and you're on chapter 4? Good lordy. Now that's commitment. God dang. Well, I really hope you're enjoying. I mean, if you're not enjoying it and you've put 700 hours in, well, that would be tragic. So I'm going to assume that you're having a really good time. And I'm so glad you are. I love that that Rockstar made a game that people can just like really immerse themselves in, and I'm so lucky that I get to be a part of it. So grateful to be a part of a story that you love so much, Ozzy. That's awesome. To Ozzy, thank you for riding with us. 700 hours, wow. That's epic, man. So cool. I love that folks love this game so much. People are freaking out over Georgine. I don't know who Georgine is, but hi, Georgine. What's your skincare routine, Noshi Bear? My skincare routine is I shave in the morning, go to set. The lovely makeup team puts like dots all over my face and usually some moisturizer or something. And at the end of the day, they put this really fancy Body Shop like balm stuff on your face, and then they give you like a really hot towel and you use that to take your marker dots off. Wait, what? Oh, you can see I still have parts of marker dots still on my face. So that's my skincare routine, basically. Oh, man. I'm getting old and haggard. Michal. Forgive my ignorance. I don't know if that's often an alternative spelling for Michael or if that's Michal, because I've met some friends whose name is Michal. So I'm going to assume it's Michael unless Michael comes on here or Michal comes on here and corrects me otherwise. But either way, thank you. I'd love to get this for my sister's boyfriend who loves RDR2. Can you draw him a stick horse? And also, please have a nice day. Well, I could definitely do a stick horse. Oh my gosh. Wow. Michal, your girlfriend's sister. Oh, you know what? I don't know if this is actually, if the person ordering is a girl or a boy. So I'll just say, your girlfriend's sibling is pretty dope. Man, horses really are beautiful creatures, though. It's a terrible horse once again, but I tried my best. Thank you so much. Okay, I hope you, or Michael, I hope you can forgive my terrible efforts. I did try though, I swear. Ozzy! Hi again. Hi again. Seriously, my dude, you are awesome. Charles is one of my favorites, and you are such a sweetheart. Man, Ozzy, you are a very cool lady. Thank you so much. Well, no request for anything specific. I guess there's a quote in there already, so that makes sense. Outlaws for life, Ozzy. Wait, what the fuck? I must have missed one. Okay. Kristen, any special message you'd care to write would be amazing, but more than anything, thank you so much for all you do. Oh, Kristen, that's so nice of you. To Kristen, we're riding with you. Outlaws for life. Thank you so much. Oh, I probably did drop an F-bomb in here, didn't I? Or maybe that wasn't talking about me, I'm not sure. Message from a fan. Oh. Okay, this is so this is a really special one for me. It's to John and Laura, and it's not loading right now, and it might be because it was on this server for too long. Well, let me read the instructions first. Hope my vid isn't dumb. It wasn't. You made a huge difference for me, especially with allowing Charles's tenderness and temper to be together, just like my husband did. Thank you. I don't want to share too much of anyone's personal business, but for Laura, John sounds like a wonderful, wonderful person, and I saw your video and actually wrote a super long response, and I think it ended up being too long and it wouldn't let me send it. So I will write you something, but I hope you see this. First of all, I'm so sorry for your loss, and Charles, getting to walk in Charles Smith's shoes has been such a treat. He's noble and generous and kind and caring, but it has to be earned. And when you do something that Charles, I think he lets a lot of stuff go. But if you violate his code, if you do something that he sees as a moral affront, he will go out of his way to balance the scales. And he becomes a force of vengeance, right? And I learned a lot from my time as Charles. I think, like Charles, I have a really bad temper, and when I was younger, like, it was really bad. Like, I'd go around getting into fights and stuff, and like black out and wake up the next day having like broken all the bones in my hands and stuff like that. I was a very, very different person, and most people are like, wow, I can't imagine that being, if I tell people about that, they're like, that doesn't seem like you at all, which is something I'm very grateful for. I've worked really hard to change, and it's been really hard, and I owe a lot of that to my wife, who's been such a wonderful influence on me. And it sounds like John had a lot of traits that he and Charles shared. And I'm sure he feels the same that he learned to be a better person by being with you. And wherever our loved ones go, he's never very far, right? He must love you very much. I'm grateful that I get to be a part of the journey you two have had together. It means a lot to me. It's probably one of the greatest gifts of being a storyteller is if people are moved by your story and two people who are close have a shared experience like that. I think that's really powerful, and it may not be curing cancer or heart surgery or anything, but to give people the gift of memories and the ability to share a beautiful experience together. I think that's something that is really wonderful, and that I get to be a part of something like that, and that I got to be a part of something like that for you and John is it's my honor and my privilege. I know, I'm a fool. That's another line from the game that I really enjoyed. Great choice. Great choice, John and Laura. Great choice. Laura, I hope it's okay. You asked for I know I'm a fool, the quote, and a heart. And I hope it's all right with you. I'm going to add the quote always, because it means a lot to me. And I think it's a sentiment that John and Charles share. So here you go. Oh, now the video popped up. I don't know if I hit complete if this video disappears, Laura, because it's such a sweet message and it's really dear to me. But just in case, sorry guys, I'm going to take a moment and write a response because I don't want to hit complete and have it close this, and as a result, I don't get to write a message back to Laura. So if you don't mind, give me 1 second. Fuck, I ran out of characters. Oh shit, I stabbed bomb again. And now I just said shit. Gosh dang it. Alright, Laura, I can't, how the heck am I supposed to respond to something as beautiful as the video you left with 150 characters? So I really hope that this video gets back to you. Because your message really it broke my heart, and not to just keep talking over and over, but I'm just so humbled that I get to be a part of a memory that you treasure with John. So thanks for that. What an honor for me. I'll keep him close. The 2 is blank. Can you sign the amount of hell we've raised, we're owed some back, with some hearts, and sign it from Charles? Well, whoever this is, I'm happy to do it. I wish I could personalize it for you, but I will do exactly as you asked. And if it turns out you wanted something different, let me know, and I'll correct it. Oh shit, my computer's about to die. Dang it, I'm swearing again. Hold on, folks, 1 second, please. Oh, I'm past 9, and I don't care. What? There's no... 1 second. Yay! Woo! I'm glad. That would have sucked if this thing just died on me. Okay, well, there's no one I'm supposed to make it out to, so I'll just write it. Thank you, friend, whoever you are. Rose. Hi from France. Whoa. Please, can you write a quote from Charles and draw a little heart? Yes, I can do that. Thank you for your amazing work. Thank you. What quote should I use? I'll use you ain't as tough and dense as all that. I like that line a lot because it's a little bit harsh and it's very direct. But it's the kind of thing you don't say to someone that you don't care about. And I like that the words belie the subtext. I think that's a really nice facet to it. There you go, Rose. Thank you so much. Oh man, there's a whole song being sung up on here. I don't know what's happening. Oh, but I'm glad you guys are having fun. Okay. I gotta figure out where there are Bode and Yone things on here. Just so you guys know, if you ordered a Bode or a... Yeah, I can see you guys are singing. Good for you. Was this you? Oh, man. Oh, my gosh, I love it. In case anyone on here ordered a Bode or a Yone print, I did not realize that these were on here already, but I don't have those posters yet. So I have to talk to Streamily about it. If I can, I'm going to see if they can let you know and like either postpone the order or give you your money back or whatever, so that I can make sure to have the posters ready for you and give it the attention it deserves. To Dethika, Dethikah, Dethika? Dethika? That's a beautiful name. Dethika. Where's that from? Well, that didn't help me for shit. Google, you totally failed me here. Again. Dang. This is not helping me at all. I wanted to see if I could find out where the origin of Dethika was and see if there's a proper way to pronounce it. Well, either way, Dethika, that's a beautiful, beautiful name. Okay, so what were you asking for? Could I draw Buffalo? Why do people want me to draw Buffalo so bad? I'm so bad at it. There's a bunch of people are going to think I'm drawing pet rocks on here. I don't mind. You guys can ask me to draw Buffalo. I just hope you'll forgive the fact that they're going to be ugly ass buffalo. You know, I'm going to just draw a buffalo over and over and over, and one day I'm going to be really freaking good at it. That day is not today, by the way. Clearly. God help me. Ayo sami karole. Well, I gotta do that again. That was terrible. I wonder if my hotel neighbors think I'm just in here talking to myself because they don't hear anybody else talking. They probably think I'm completely insane. Well, I suppose they aren't that far off. Two. Okay, let's try this again. How do my friends do this without giving themselves a heart attack every time? Maybe I just stress about this stuff way more than most people do. I don't know. You know, they say with practice you're supposed to get better at something, but I'm pretty sure my buffalo are just getting worse. I'm getting hungry. I gotta eat something. I haven't eaten all day. You know, I was gonna say that looks good, but no, it doesn't. It's still pretty bad. Oh man. I don't think I'm... Nope, I don't think that's any better. But I tried my best, Deathica. I swear to God I did. Okay. Holy cow. That's it. That's all the Charles Smith stuff. Yay! Okay, guys. Well, I will get these in the mail to Streamily as... Oh, Deathica, hi! I'm so glad that you don't hate it. Yes, I will eat, but well, I said 7 to 9, and it's almost 9:30. So I mean, I'm learning that I still need more time. But if you guys want to hang out for a little bit, let's chat. How are you guys doing? Especially because I missed a whole bunch of stuff that everyone was saying. Not to mention a whole, I don't know, there's a whole song that came through here. Let me see what people are up to. Thanks for taking the time to do this tonight. Oh my gosh, it was my pleasure, Chloe. Thank you so much. Come to Estonia? Oh, I'd love to. Hell yeah. If there's ever a con or something out there, let them know. I'm definitely interested in doing cons, so maybe I can start doing that this year. Keith, you're eating lunch? I'm very jealous. I'm doing the intermittent fasting thing, so I didn't eat all day. So I gotta eat before I go to bed. Eat something or... Oh, I missed it. Something about eat something or something. Renya's still making cookies. Updates on future cons. So I someone spilled Dr. Pepper on themselves. I'm sorry. I would love to do cons. And I've been kind of working with this guy who's supposed to help me get cons and stuff. But I haven't really gotten interest yet. So I don't know if it's just that, you know, there are bigger name actors out there and stuff that are more interesting or whatever, which I totally understand. So but I don't know. Hopefully some cons will reach out and let me know that they want to do something, but we'll see. Well, if I go to Estonia, I will make sure to hit you up. What are my favorite foods? Oh man, Athens Con. Holy moly, that would be dope. Fan Expo Dallas, also dope. Favorite foods? I love pizza. God, I could really eat it like for almost every meal. It's really sad. I'm half Japanese, and one of my favorite Japanese dishes is called tonkatsu. It's like a fried breaded pork cutlet, usually served with like shredded cabbage and this kind of sweet sauce. It's really, really, really good, and I love it. What kind of pizza? I will eat almost any kind of pizza. I have no preference. So, I mean, I guess my go-to is usually just like, I'll eat like pretty much anything. But I guess as far as the type of pizza, my wife's from Chicago. Tonkatsu is fire. My wife's from Chicago, and when we first started dating, and it was getting serious, she made me a deep dish pizza by hand. My wife Sharon can cook, and I think that will always live in my memory as like the best pizza I've ever had. As far as Hawaiian, yes, I will eat a Hawaiian pizza. Is it necessarily my go-to? No. But I'll do it, and I will love it. How am I health-wise? Yes, I am fine. We have a little one who has really been struggling with some health stuff, and therefore not sleeping, which means that Sharon and I aren't sleeping, but everything is doing well, and the kid is finding their way. So it's been a really hard journey, and lots of trying to figure out what the right thing to do is, and you don't want to give babies like serious medication and stuff if you can help it. So all that stuff was hard, but kiddo's doing great, and we're finding our way, and I think the important thing is that they're really happy. It's a really sweet kid, so we're very lucky. We're making our way. And thank you for all the good wishes. I really appreciate it. I'll make sure to give them lots of hugs and kisses from you guys. I love that people are throwing Charles lines around. You should come back with one of Uncle's lumbago lines if necessary. How did I get the part of Charles Smith? No, I don't look like him at all. To answer, someone else just asked if I'm Native American. I am not. When the audition originally came around, I told my agents straight up, I'm not Native American, and it turned out that Rockstar had gone through several Native American actors and several African American actors and a couple of other nationalities, and for whatever reason weren't finding the right fit, and we're now opening the casting pool to other like mixed ethnicities and whatnot, so I was like, okay, I'll give it a try, and was lucky enough to book it. While some of the characters in Red Dead look very much like them and are based off of their face scans. Most of the actors don't look too much like their characters. I think Rockstar does a real cool thing where they basically take like features from a bunch of face types and stuff and kind of compile them together to make an original face that that tells the story character-wise that they want to tell, and then they can then almost digitally graft that to the face of the actor, which is cool. Wait, how tall is Charles supposed to be? I don't know how tall Charles is supposed to be. I'm sure it's in one of those wikis somewhere. I think he's supposed to be about 6 foot. I'm 5'11", but my voice is very similar to a Native American dialect. Well, I did, when I found out I booked it, I did a ton of work on studying a bunch of the Native American dialects and looking at where generally, like, supposedly that region was supposed to be, and therefore what tribes it could be. Asked a lot of questions of Rockstar about things like, at that time there were missionary schools that were taking Native American children and essentially trying to anglicize them, right? And that's no knock against Christianity or organized religion. It's just Native American culture was dangerous to American institutions and American government, and they were trying to essentially take those kids and re-socialize them. And I asked, is this something that Charles would have been involved in, and therefore, or would he be Christian, or maybe would he have very strong feelings against those types of institutions and stuff. I had a bunch of questions about Charles because it was really important to me that I do him justice, and one of the tricky things about doing a story that involves history, but also has to be a video game on its own, is if they made it too specific. This is what the answer that was given to me is, if it was too specific, then there would have to be a bunch of very specific things that would have to happen, because there might be things that like we would do with Charles that it would turn out were culturally inappropriate or were culturally inaccurate, and they were really trying to be careful about not doing anything that would be too specific and therefore upset anyone. And so that was a really interesting line to have to toe. I'm glad I did all the research that I did, and even if a lot of it wasn't kind of usable because they wanted to keep me as they wanted to keep me from being locked in as anything too specific. I think the research I did taught me a lot about what a lot of the Native Americans at the time were going through, which is awful. And I mean, what they're going through now is awful. But I learned a lot. Yeah. Holy cow, a whole bunch of people just joined. Hi. Did you do your own stunts? So when you're doing full performance capture, part of it is that you're wearing this HMC, this helmet-mounted camera, right? Which is very expensive and a very delicate piece of equipment. So usually performance capture actors aren't allowed to do their own stunts. Also, generally a trend in any entertainment medium is if you have a star, you don't let them do their own stunts, because if it can be something really simple like jumping across a 3-foot gap or something, dude slips on the other side or whatever, breaks his ankle, now production is held up for a month while the dude is in a cast or whatever, all because he did a seemingly harmless stunt. That being said, I do a lot of motion capture and a lot of stunts in general, and motion and movement is something that I love to do, and one of the things I'm always looking for is little mannerisms or behaviors that I can do to make a character unique, not like, oh, this will make a character cooler than another character, but more like, oh, this is a signature that, like, you know, if you were to see this character moving in silhouette, you would know immediately, like, that's Charles. And so one of the things I did is Charles vaults onto his horse. He doesn't use the stirrups, right? So we had these life-size scale, like, dummy horses, which were basically like massive oil drums with saddles on them and stuff, at the appropriate height and stuff. And, you know, Charles would jump up and grab the horn of the saddle and pull himself over, because it felt like something that Charles would be comfortable doing, because he's been around horses so much, but also with his background and his focus, his ability to get on and off a horse quickly, even like in motion, I thought was a really cool thing for him to be able to do. Stay still, you're trying to get my nose right. What are you doing? That artist gal, what are you doing? Oh God. Anyway, here you go. Here's my nose. I'll try to stay as still as I can. I will say that of the gang, in real life, I was probably the most, I caused the most trouble for the studio. I tend to go at things like 100% if I can. So, like, you know, Charles would be running to cover or whatever. And in the volume is the name for the stage, right? The motion capture stage. And it's called a volume because it's got 3 dimensions, right? In the volume, because in motion capture, you're relying on this room that's covered in cameras. Those cameras need to track all the markers on your suit and on your helmet and whatnot. And that's how the computer understands that this cloud of dots is actually a human being, and like is always tracking where you are in space. So to do that, they need as many cameras tracking every single dot as possible. And to do that, they need to make sure, like, for example, if it's a wall, they can't actually build a solid wall in the volume. So instead they'll use what's called speed rail, which is metal pipes, right, which allow an object for the actor to touch, but which leave a lot of open space so that the camera can still track those markers. And they'd say, like, you know, okay, Charles is going to run to cover behind this wall. So I'd run and I would slam into that wall, and I'd, like, bend or break the speed rail on numerous occasions. I broke, like, hammers and wagon wheels and a lot of speed rail, and it got to a point where, you know, when they were getting ready for a shoot, you know, they'd be like, okay, guys, is everyone ready? Is set ready? And, you know, the team who were amazing building the set would be like, set's ready. And then they'd be like, Noshir is in this scene. And then you hear, hold please. And everyone would have to wait for a couple minutes, and all of a sudden they'd be like, all right, good, the set is safe. And basically they were reinforcing set pieces that I would be interacting with, because I knew I tended to break stuff. I'm just a bull in the china shop, basically. don't they use these as doors as well? Everything is just, yeah. So like the doors are, once again, wireframe doors, right? So it's often steel pipe on a hinge. And I don't know if any of you have noticed, doors in video games are massive. The reason being, the character has to fit through the door, but the camera, right, has to follow the character through that doorway usually. And if the doorway was a normal size, the camera would basically run through the wall or through the ceiling, and that would kill the immersion of it, right? So you'll notice that in video games, doors are freakishly big, and it's to allow that camera to kind of come through seamlessly. Yeah, a lot of like weird little technical things that people don't think about. When did I know my character was going to play such a big role in the game? Oh, and then someone was asking about the headcanon for Charles's scar. Okay, well, I'll answer the first one first. For a good bit of time, I didn't really know how much of a role Charles would have. The auditions... No, the audition was pretty vague, but I think once it became clear that I was actually a member of the Vanderlyn gang, which became apparent relatively soon, I was like, oh, this might be like a really cool thing. But then, people in the Vanderlyn gang started dying. And I was like, oh man, when's Charles gonna go out? And was totally blown away to find out that, I was gonna be one of the very few people who survived the story. It's really cool. It was really cool. As far as Charles's scar, so actually, when I was in the volume, so the volume is this massive stage. It's like an airplane hangar, right? It's huge. And they would have these huge screens. I think there were actually like several massive flat screens like put together. And on them you could see digital versions of your character. It's what's known as an avatar, right? But they're relatively crude, right? Like I know Charles had a couple of different versions, and the first one he was built like a refrigerator. He was like a cube, which informed a lot of my movement and stuff, because I was like, damn, this dude is like huge, and he just looks aggressive, so the scar and things like that were actually things that I only saw much later in like character art and stuff. But I think as Charles as a character evolved, and he went from being like a brute to being, in many ways, the conscience of the gang, or at least Arthur's conscience in a way. I think his character model was refined a bit, as far as the scar on his face. This is not Rockstar. This is not, as you guys are probably aware, Charles saw his mother taken, and his father turned to alcohol, right? And the headcanon I have is that Charles was little, and his dad sent him to steal alcohol. And, you know, kind of like his dad kind of played lookout, so to speak. And Charles got caught and beaten really, really bad. And that Charles's dad left him there, like basically left, and let Charles take that beating. And in the beating, a bottle that they were hitting with broke, and they continued hitting him anyway. And that was the moment that Charles realized that he had to leave, because his father wasn't there for him. I think that's also part of what haunts him. You know, his father didn't go to save his mom, and Charles wonders always, like, what would have happened if he'd had the courage as a boy to try to do something. He wouldn't have been able to do anything, but it doesn't matter. Those kind of thoughts haunt you anyway, you know. So that's my thought on it, and that's why I think Charles cares about the gang so much, and Arthur specifically, and gives Dutch a lot more grace than he probably would otherwise. Charles sees in Arthur what it's like to know a man who is willing to stand by his friends. And I think he finds that wonderful and inspiring. And then Dutch does a lot of things wrong, and has a lot of plans that don't go the way they intend. But Dutch is always involved in what happens. He doesn't like sit back at camp and like let everyone do the thing. Like if it's a big score, he's in there with the rest of the gang. And I think for that alone, Charles has his back for a long time, until it becomes apparent that like Dutch has really lost his way. And I think it's the death of Josiah that really, like, because those two together, like Dutch is kind of like the fire that runs the engine of the gang. But that power, that passion has to be tempered with wisdom and guidance. And that was Josiah. And when he dies, Dutch is all passion and fury now with no guidance, and that leads to terrible things. Did Charles pick up street fighting to fight off his emotions as well? I think Charles is a good street fighter because after he ran away from home, he lived on the streets for a long time. And I don't know if any of you have had the poor fortune to be homeless for any period of time. I was homeless in New York for about 1.5 years, and like when things get really desperate, like people do some crazy stuff, and especially if you're a minority who is already mistreated, like you can be in for a world of hurt. Not only because like people will try to blame things on you, or if there are other desperate people around, they'll try to use you or manipulate you, or think that you're an easy mark, because if you start fighting back, and cops get involved, like, who are they going to go after? They're going to go after the one that the public's already deemed as, like, the bad guy, which is really unfortunate. When I was living on the streets for a bit, it would be stuff like prime real estate was living on the grates above the subways if it was getting cold, because the hot air from the subways comes up through the grates and can keep you warm. It can prevent you from freezing at night. And one time I fell asleep on a grate and woke up getting kicked in the head because evidently it was like this guy's spot, and he came and found me in his spot, and he tried to bash my brains in. So, like, I can only imagine the circumstances Charles found himself in, and he doesn't fight because he wants to. He fought because he needed to. But also, when you fight like that, you learn to fight for keeps. You're not fighting for sport. That's very different. It's very different. I think that's what makes him dangerous. Somebody asked, what did you do? But I'm not sure what it's in context to. My day's been good, thanks. I feel like you must relate to Charles a hell of a lot. I do. I don't think Charles ever feels like he belongs anywhere. I think the fact that he's of mixed race already, and that both of those races are minorities, means that, in the general population, he's always an outsider. But, like, for example, I'm half Japanese and half Indian, as in from India. And when I went to Cornell University, like, you had these massive groups of, like, Japanese students and Indian students. And I was not accepted by either one, because, the Japanese would be like, well, you're not Japanese, and the Indians would be like, you're not Indian, and so I never, I didn't belong in either one, which I think as a mixed race kid is really, really common. And so that feeling of, like, never really belonging, and looking for that place where you belong, or trying to find, like, build your own wolf pack, so to speak, is something that I know very well. Yes, I will post the stream. I think I remember how to do that. I think it asks me at the end. I have come a long way, and I'm proud of that. I owe my wife for a lot of that. When was the last time I saw any of the voice actors from RDR2? Micah can be a bit of a wiener, but he's actually did a great job. Peter, who plays Micah, is an incredible human being. Kind, gracious, thoughtful, wonderful sense of humor. He's eccentric as hell in a wonderful way. And genuinely a sweet guy and a great dad. So that this is the guy who played Micah just blows my mind. It's insane. He's amazing, and like when you're on stage with him and we're about to go, and Peter turns into Micah, you can feel it in the room. Like the temperature in the room like drops. It's crazy. He's brilliant and frankly terrifying. His talent is just insane. I love you guys too. Yeah, Peter's amazing, and I think it takes an amazing villain like Micah to make a character like Arthur, who when you really on paper is not a great guy, to make them truly heroic, you know. Peter's work as Micah is a huge part of Arthur's journey, and he does a brilliant job of it, I think. Another mixed race friend. Yeah, you hear what I'm saying. What do I think about Charles and his development as a character? Oh, that's a really tricky question. I mean, first and foremost, I'd say the writers on at Rockstar are fantastic. The actors were all just amazing. I'd never met such talented people, but like at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how talented you are if you're given like garbage to say, you know, or like really stupid stuff to say. And I've worked on games where, you know, essentially the direction was just you know, do it as like badass as you can, make him a badass. And what people often don't understand is like being a badass doesn't mean just like going around like, you know, talking and acting like a punk. To truly be a badass means that you have a cause that you believe in, that you are willing to risk yourself for, and that commitment to go all the way to fight and champion something that you believe in is what makes people go, God dang. That is what makes a character cool. And I think Arthur has some amazing moments because of the writing, but like Roger brought a vulnerability to Arthur that I think a lot of other actors who were less mature wouldn't have realized is so important. And the result is you have a character who's deeply flawed and knows he's flawed and has real fears and wrestles with them over the course of his journey. And that's, I think, the thing that really moves us about Arthur and Roger's depiction of Arthur, which is done so beautifully. Charles, similarly, like, I mean, Charles doesn't say a lot. But I think Charles is one of those folks, and I think they ended up writing him this way, where like when he speaks, people listen, because he only speaks when he has something important to say. And he's like ride or die with Arthur. Like, he will go to bat for Arthur any day, but he also loves Arthur enough to put him in check if Arthur's doing something stupid. And that's a true friend, you know? Did I ever meet any of the actors that had small roles, like the side missions? Yeah, there were a bunch of actors that were doing side mission stuff that we were involved in at times. Oftentimes things were moving so fast that we didn't get a chance to know each other well, but yeah, there were a bunch of those actors there. Does Bode champion Kata from Jedi Survivor because he believes in protecting her? I don't know what you mean by championing Kata, but Bode lives and breathes for his daughter, and his daughter, the one thing he loves more than anything else in the world, and the one thing that he holds most dear is in the clutches of a monster all the time. And I think that pressure is intense. And I've talked about it a little bit, but like, there have been some people who've been like, oh, well, but, Bode would be so out of practice. Like, how is he so good? Oh, I see such a hard fight, like, compared to, like, Dagengara. I think Bode has been using his force powers and doing what he does for a long time. I think that ISB was using Bode to infiltrate small pockets of resistance and assassinate leaders. I think that's what Bode was doing. And I think he hated every second of it. But he had no choice because the Empire has his daughter. Would I ever be glad to play Charles if there was an RDR3? I love Charles. And I would gladly walk in his shoes again if it was right. But, I don't know. Especially as of late, we've seen so many incredibly gifted, crazy talented Native American actors coming up in like TV and film. And I think if we have the chance to cast an actor who is, who can actually properly represent Native Americans, I think they should. It would break my heart to not be able to play Charles again, but I think that would be the right thing to do. And I would encourage it. Have I ever been to Japan or India? Yes, I've been to both. I used to go to either Japan or India for months at a time in the summers when I was little. I loved it. Pierce! For my video game friends out there, Pierce O'Toole just joined the chat, and he's tricked me in a number of wonderful things, including Halo Infinite, where I was playing Jagar Erdemnai, but he's probably, you guys would probably know him even better for Cyberpunk 2077. He did a ton of the directing on that, and he's an amazing guy. Hi Pierce, I love you, dude. I hope we get to work together again soon, Pierce. It's always a treat. I'm a better actor for knowing you, dude. So thank you. I hope you have a great night, and thank you for all the work. Well, I hope you have a great night too, and thank you so much for being here. Ashley, Angela, hi. I hope you're doing great. Don't forget to eat. Oh, yeah. I should get going in a sec because I do have to eat. Oh, my gosh. Would I ever want an RDR TV show or movie? If it was going to be done, I think I'd love it to be done as a TV series because it's so involved, and I think you could do so much, and it required, the characters are so complex. I think TV would give the time to do that well, and I would hope that they would cast all the original actors wherever they could. I could not play Charles in an on-camera version of Red Dead. That would have to go to a Native American or African American, or an Amazing World both actor. And that representation in on camera, where like you actually are seeing the actor for who they are. It needs to be that representation is incredibly important, and I would want that to go to an actor who can represent them accurately. And they would do Charles amazing justice, and I'd be so thrilled for them. I haven't watched The Last of Us. I've heard it's amazing, and my friend is the stunt coordinator on it, Maggie McDonald. If you've played The Last of Us, the video game, Maggie McDonald did a ton of the stunt work for well, essentially both of the female leads. I really hope that I get to go to cons or something and meet all of you, and I'd love to say hi and actually meet you in person and shake your hand too. Sure, we can be besties. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get going. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I'm sorry that I went over, but I hope you guys had fun. I certainly enjoyed hanging out with you guys, but I need to eat and get ready to, well, I gotta bang out a bunch of auditions, and I gotta get ready to catch a plane. So have a wonderful night, and thank you so much for being here with me. Take care, everybody. Bye. And I don't know how to stop this thing.